The United States owes $38 trillion. Japan, $9 trillion. Germany, $3 trillion. And every central bank in the world, the Fed, the ECB, the Bank of Japan, has the legal power to create money out of nothing. So here's the question. Everyone secretly wonders, why don't they just print it all? Print $38 trillion, send it to the Treasury, close the debt ledger, walk away, done. If only it were that simple. Because money isn't made, it's believed in. And history has already answered this question, in blood, breadlines, and wheelbarrows full of cash. This isn't new. In 211 BC, Rome introduced the denarius, 95% pure silver, trusted, solid. Soldiers were paid in it. Merchants demanded it. Empires rose on its worth. But by the 3rd century AD, emperors needed more money, for wars, for palaces, for survival, so they did what every desperate ruler does. They kept the coin's look, but hollowed its soul. Silver content dropped, 95%, 50%, 20%, under 5%. The rest, bronze, painted, shiny, empty. People felt the difference in their hands, lighter, colder. A measure of wheat that cost 1 denarius now cost 20, then 100. Soldiers demanded double pay. Merchants refused coins. Barter returned. Trust eroded. Trade fractured, and within 200 years. The Western Empire collapsed. Fast forward to 1923. Germany owed war reparations it couldn't pay, so it printed. By November, $1 US bought 4.2 trillion German marks. A loaf of bread cost 200 billion marks. People use banknotes as wallpaper, cheaper than actual paper. But here's what no textbook tells you. The government did pay its debt. It paid in worthless paper. And the people paid the real price. Savings vanished. Pensions evaporated. Dignity eroded. Today no one prints wheelbarrows of cash. They click a button. When the Fed prints money, it doesn't fire up a press. It buys a government bond. In exchange, it credits the seller's bank account with digits that didn't exist before. That's it. No gold, no paper. Just an entry on a spreadsheet. But here's the catch. That new money only exists inside the financial system. It flows to banks, hedge funds, pension funds, not to your pocket. So when the U.S. prints $5 trillion, why doesn't inflation explode everywhere? Because it does, just not in groceries. It explodes in assets. S&P 500 up 300% since 2008. U.S. home prices up 150%. Bitcoin up 10 million%. Meanwhile, your salary up 30%. Think of it like this. The government issues a bond. The Fed buys it. A bank gets new reserves. The bank lends to a hedge fund. The fund buys stocks and real estate. You see headlines like, markets hit record high. But your rent just went up again. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. Printing doesn't pay debt. It transfers wealth. So why not just print the $38 trillion and be done? 3 reasons, and history has punished every nation that ignored them. Trap number 1. Confidence collapse. If markets believe a government will print recklessly, they demand higher interest, or flee. Suddenly, rolling over debt costs more than before. For you, that means your pension fund earns less, or your mortgage rate spikes overnight. Trap number 2. The foreign currency trap. Most global trade is in dollars. Print too much, your currency crashes, imports become unaffordable. For you, that $20 bottle of insulin, now $60. Your car's imported chips, delayed. Gas, double. Trap number 3, the collateral crisis. U.S. Treasuries aren't debt. They're the world's safest asset. Banks pledge them to borrow cash daily. If the U.S. paid off all its debt, that anchor vanishes. For you, banks stop lending. Credit cards freeze. Small businesses can't get loans. The system doesn't break. It seizes up like an engine without oil. Greece 2010, Sri Lanka 2022, Lebanon 2020. They didn't fail because they ran out of money. They failed because they ran out of trust. You don't need to predict collapse. You just need to understand the game. Money isn't a thing. It's a story we all agree to believe in, until we don't. And in every era, the people who thrive aren't the ones shouting, "The end is near." They're the ones quietly holding what can't be printed, skills that feed, build, heal. Assets that exist outside ledgers, land, tools, knowledge, and above all, the ability to see the illusion, without losing hope in what's real. So what should you watch for? Not headlines, signals. 3 signs the illusion is cracking. 1. Bond yields spiking while inflation falls. Markets fear default, not prices. 2. Foreign central banks dumping treasuries, loss of global trust. 3. Banks hoarding cash instead of lending, the engine is seizing. When 2 of these happen together, that's when history leans in and whispers a warning, because your savings account isn't a vault, it's a loan to a system that can change the rules overnight. But here's the truth no one admits. Collapse is both a tragedy and an opportunity. For the unprepared, ruin. For those with resilience, liquidity, or real skills, a chance to build, not on paper promises, but on something that lasts. History doesn't repeat, but those who understand it, they get to rewrite the ending. If you believe in building, not just watching, hit subscribe. The next chapter starts now.